So Heritage started with a vision to see a gospel-centered, Bible-teaching, people-loving church planted in Northeast Lincoln and specifically into the Havelock community. I'm often asked, Dustin, did you start this church? And I love saying no. First of all, this was not our idea. This was God's idea, and that's been very clear from the beginning. But secondly, my wife and I were invited into this mission by a small but amazing and faith-filled group of people. And so we launched in 2009 with about 15 adults, and we were so excited to see what God would do with us. But it wasn't long before I, as a pastor, began to feel a wave of discouragement because we weren't growing at the speed in which I thought we should grow. We weren't connected with a big organization or church, and so we just felt kind of like we were spinning our wheels. I felt like we were alone. But it was in that season that God really took me as a pastor to the mat. It really just showed me that the source of my discouragement was that I was dwelling upon the church I'd hoped to lead, or like the crowds I'd planned to preach to. And God essentially showed me in a variety of ways, look, Dustin, preach to these people. Love these people. Shepherd my people here. As he showed me this, it was such a humbling but huge experience for me, and also began to shape, I think, the culture that we have at Heritage. But we're not here for the idea of crowds. We're here for people, to see gospel growth occur in individual lives where every soul matters. So we simply began to gather week to week to corporately worship God, also gathering in small group gospel communities to see God's word go deeper into lives and to develop deepening relationships with one another. We also descended as a corporate body on a regular basis in our community to evangelistically push the gospel into the people we believe God's called us to be with and to live amongst. God has graciously grown us in a variety of ways over the past few years, and we're so thankful for that. But we're also looking towards the future. We're asking questions like, what if God were to multiply our congregation, to see a new church planted in one of the needy areas in and around our city? Imagine if God were to multiply our small group gospel communities, to see more groups form, more leaders raised up, and more people involved in this vital community amongst us. What if God were to increase and sustain our presence in our community, to see His glory and gospel advanced missionally in this Havelock community? We believe God is at work in our church and also in our community, and we'd like to invite you to be a part of it. Will you join us?